Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So, remember the video I put out yesterday? I was talking about the people wearing masks in different faces and how I was showing Trump with different faces and different masks. What I see is possibly different people playing these parts with his mask on. Just like I was saying about Biden, how the differences in him and his mask, and how even other people have actually went on and have videos analyzing, from even down to Biden's ear, of how it's changed and stuff like that. So on iPad Go 2, it shows Trump laying down. You'll see a 7 for July, and the 5th is actually represented by the buck moon. So this, I'm still trying to figure out what that symbol is right there. Kind of looks like a nail. I'm not sure. But it does show him, Trump, laying down on. And I think on July 5th, that's quite interesting because remember I was telling you about, on the search engine down here, because you can see the bicycle. And the bicycle today, because remember I was showing you through the week, it had 2 days with this like mothership shining a beam down on the head. Now, if you look at the top of Bush's head in this clip, it's a funnel, right? So it's beaming down. And then 2 days later, it showed the DNA strand. And then 3 days, it showed that pyramid of pastel colors with our rainbow turned upside down going through it. And then I told you about the story about Alice when she goes down the hole. She actually ends up doing a pole flip and that kind of thing too. So anyway, so I was like thinking about the many faces and the masks are on stage, right? Because it's just not Biden and Trump. They got mask of Harris, they got mask of all kinds of political leaders and stuff all over the world. Of even Merkel, I do believe, because they did one on her because you can tell by her lips and her mouth. There's some girl named Sabrina, I do believe, at the Pentagon, and she looks completely different. Like she has an AI mask on, and her attitude is different. And that's the one I was telling you about. Even the cameraman that was filming her kept moving in on her hands and kept moving in on her face and her eyes. And I thought, you just don't see those kind of things unless somebody else is trying to get the public to, look at what you're looking at. Anyway, so that's why I was saying about, the masks that are being played out in the world. And then, remember yesterday I told you where they said Oregon voters voted in Trump even though he wasn't on the ballot. Well, the interesting thing I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but it was last Thursday, I think it was. There was an alert on my phone, an alert on my email, and plus the bank had sent me an alert saying that the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, has been breached, compromised. And then yesterday it comes out that all the Oregon voters voted for Trump, even though he wasn't on the ballot, but they put him on the ballot. And I'm like thinking, what in the world is going on? I didn't vote for anybody. I didn't even see any ballot that comes through with anything like that. I'm like thinking, what are they talking about? So my point that I want to bring up today is that they got this Holy Bible, We the People, okay? It's so I looked it up. I'm like, oh, what? It's a patriot. This is what it says. We the People Bible was designed with the patriot in mind and features a vertical reversed American flag design that represents a country in distress. Our Bible is proudly made in the USA. It's in distress. So our Bible is proudly made in the USA and has been designed with large print that delivers an easy reading experience to anyone looking to explore. Notice the Holy Bible. We the people. Remember in Revelations, and I do believe it's Geonomy too. Geonomy, it says, "Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you." And I think it's 22. So let's pull up 22. Revelations 22:18-19. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book, this prophecy, God will take away his part of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. So now, this is what I'm saying about staying away from things like this, staying from this patriot. This is like a moneymaker to these people. So I was like, who is behind this? Well, this book includes We the People Bible are copies of the Pledge of Allegiance. So now they're taking you away from reading the actual script and buying their product, the Pledge of Allegiance. So when we should be pledging our allegiance, see, if we didn't have this two-world division, we wouldn't have to say that America is our land, because America really isn't our land, because we come over and took it away from the native Indians. I mean, seriously, and put them on reservations, and then we try to run pipelines through their land. So what's happening here is that the U.S. Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights. Now, see, this is the one that's in place now. This isn't the original one that we're going back to in 1776. See, what's happening here at this transition, this cycle, is we got to go back out. All wrongs are going to be righted, be put back and right. So all the wrongs that has happened is going to be turned around, put back right. It's in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated near the end of theirs as well, where they unmask everybody. It's quite interesting. Speaking about the mask, they unmask everybody, and then it's like everything come undone. All the wrongs that were done were erased, and everything went right back to right. That's kind of like saying the pole shift. We're turned upside down right now, and we're going to go right back to our right position. So everything's going to go right back to right. And that's very interesting, because this is all by the idea of Donald Trump Jr. promotes. So it's part of the Trump thing, right? And remember, this is my perspective, and I know some of you guys get really defensive, and even a couple of people have left. But I look at this world, and I look at the players of this world, and I don't pick and choose. I don't vote for either one of them. I read the script. I know there's two evils that are rising, and I know that we at the deep state in America, we all know that. We know the cartel. This country is the biggest drug pusher, the biggest stripper, Sin City. If we can't admit what our own nation, our own country is the biggest war machine, and the profit of war, and invading and stealing other people's minerals, and draining and trying to take over their leadership, we're just fooling ourselves. We need to stop this, but no one wants to stop it. They want the game to continue. Because they go, oh, I got to vote for one of them. No, you don't. This is where we got to put our stand. It's like also that Stephen King thing, take a stand, stand up to, like in The Simpsons, they even told us, When I told you about, there was Nixon and Trump, and Lisa goes, oh, and then Homer goes up and rips their mask off, and they're these green aliens with 8 octopuses arms with one eye, and it's like revealing the aliens that are behind it, but they're actually unmasking the crooks that are behind, all these sinister things where they're trying to make themselves look good for the people because they're giving the people what they want. So when you go back to here, they're giving the people what they want. So they got likes and hearts up to 111 with 4 shares. So the people are now thinking about that. They're thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about God. They're not thinking about their transition. They've got them. The red is still got them divided from the blue, and the blue is still divided from the red. If you look at the blue, they're doing this trans movement. They're doing where the crooks are getting free, the lies, all this stuff, the hidden, the Michael Obama with these wanger flopping back and forth. No one's supposed to know it and talk about it, and if you do, you're this and that. So they're changing it as the normal, and the people are just accepting it. They're not standing up. They're just being happy until they find themselves trapped. And then what are they going to do? How long are you going to keep on that, positive, happy face? You've got to recognize the other side of your body. It's like I was saying earlier, people are like going, oh, I'm happy, everything's peaceful, but they don't see the other side of they ignore mother's side, the dark energy, which would become their doom because they're not even recognizing that they're half positive and they're half negative. You can't just ignore your negative side of your body because that just means you're isolating those feelings, those emotions, and they're going to end up blowing, or you're just going to end up going probably Looney Tune. But again, we do it to ourselves because we just play this part. You got to understand God's creation. Excuse me, talking a lot. And you got to understand the fakes of this world. You got to understand, if you're a Christian, that this should not be allowed. You should not put Holy Bible, and then it's even got parts of the Torah. I think the Torah, I think that's what it said back here. Yeah, by Donald Trump Jr., the eldest child of President Trump. So it's a moneymaker is all it is for them. And then they're like, they're a man of God, and they're always showing the Bible, a final redaction and canonization of the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Oh, that's in the Britannica. That's not in this book. But anyway, I just want to bring that up because it's, the Pledge of Allegiance, we should be pledging ourselves, the Holy Bible, to God, because that's what the Scripture is about, our vow, our marriage to God, our marriage to understanding the law. Just like I was saying, how people can be free will and everything, but we still have laws. We have the laws of the universe. We have the laws written in Scripture. We have the laws of mathematics. We have the laws of our senses and our feelings, our intuition, the laws of gravity. We have the laws of thought. We have all these laws that we just can't go through life without recognizing our contract of being here. Again, God gives us free will, but God also, like, when I was telling you about on the Egyptian walls where it shows God coming down. I said paper earlier, but we look at it as a paper, but he's actually giving him like a stone tablet. And then thought. So thought is thought, our thoughts, write down our thoughts, So this is, use our mind, our 3-part mind, which is our emotional brain, our right brain, our reptilian brain, the dragon, right in the center of us, a neutral zone, and then our left brain is the lymphatic system, which is connected to the vertebrae, right? The immune system. So our vertebrae is our chakra system, right? And it's quite interesting because the do re mi and then the colors of it, and it's kind of like an instrument. um, and then the heat rises. It's like in the end times, the dragon rises up. The dragon is in the center of our body, so it's like our Merkaba, our Kundalini is rising up. But again, I just want to put out there that, because from what I'm learning, it's my job when I see these things to tell the people that this is, what is the biggest sin of all is to change the words of God's writing, of his script, ever since it's been published, right? And to call it, that's another thing, it's called the Holy Bible, the King James, a King James. Where did I see that? That's what really got me going. Oh, I got to make a video about this. Something about they put the King James Holy Bible, or he called it that. Where was it? Where was it? Well, well, maybe where did I see that? Did I see it here?